Hello everyone, Dr. Weathers here, and I'm sure many of you have been wondering, where is Dr. Weathers? Or maybe some of you have not been wondering because you're like, well, I don't really care where that engineering instructor is, but she's not where she used to be. So that's the question. Where is Dr. Weathers? So I've put together this brief video to describe roughly where I am and what I'm doing. This is where I am. I am somewhere in the middle of the Pacific Ocean, depending on when you're watching this recording. So I'm actually part of a cruise that is going from Seattle, Washington to Honolulu, Hawaii. This isn't a nice vacation cruise, it's a working cruise. So I'll tell you a little bit more about that. This is a part of the STEMSEAS, which stands for Science, Technology, Engineering, and Math Student Experiences Aboard Ships program. It's hosted by the Lamont Doherty Earth Observatory through Columbia University. And essentially what this program is that it gives opportunities for undergraduates to sail for free on research vessels all over the world. This program is usually led by a faculty mentor with grad student assistants, and these faculty mentors and assistants put together different sorts of lab and research experiments focusing on oceanography and climate sort of issues. This program, however, they were thinking about it and they realized that they didn't have very much community college or student of color participation. So naturally, they figured maybe we aren't getting our messages to community college faculty. So they decided to host a 2YC faculty cohort, so a 2-year college faculty cohort. This program, they selected 12 community college faculty from across the country, and I get to be one of them. We are sailing on RV Thomas G. Thompson, so that's Research Vessel Thompson, from Seattle to Honolulu, from November 2nd through November 11th. While we are on board, we're going to be developing different shipboard activities so that we can maybe become those faculty mentors and host students of our own on the ships. And we're also going to be putting together some sort of outreach programs to bring back to our colleges. Another sort of perk of this cruise being only community college faculty is that we really get to strengthen the earth science community across this network, across the country. And we've already sort of found a lot of common ground that's unique to community colleges, so it's already very exciting. So this is the bow cam of the Thompson. This picture was taken at 9:25 a.m. on November 2nd. It's still in port at the time of this recording. So this is Seattle that you can see in the background here, and it's definitely raining. So we might get a little bit of rain on our cruise. But if you want, I will post a link to this later on, but if you wanted to check out that bow cam anytime, maybe you'll see me up in the front waving at the camera or, looking for dolphins or checking out the stars. It's a pretty cool feature. I'm not actually sure how often they update it, so it might be hard to time it, but maybe you'll see me out there. So a little bit of details about the Thompson. It is a 274-foot long ship, and it does house a crew as well as a science party. So this is a research vessel, meaning it's basically made to do science experiments, which is pretty awesome. It's got a lot of cool features like a movie room, a library, a workout room. It has multiple science labs. It has a mess hall. And I just wanted to share some of these pictures. So the picture on the left is the library. There's also quite a few board games and things like that. It's kind of more just like a quiet, relax room. The picture in the middle, this is actually a picture taken by a previous STEMSEAS participant that wrote a blog post on the sleeping quarters. So that's basically our rooms. They are shared, 2 people per room, and then 4 people share 1 bathroom. But you can see it's bunk beds with blackout curtains. On a typical research vessel, you would have different shifts. So, maybe you work the night shifts and your roommate works the day shift. So there's usually kind of someone always sleeping in the room. This cruise is a little bit different. We don't have those traditional shifts, so we're going to be sleeping at a regular schedule. And then this last picture on the right, this is our movie room. I do think they updated with a bigger TV, so it's pretty cush. It's pretty nice. So this is our basic daily schedule. It's pretty packed. So there are meals that are set, and there's not a huge window for the meals. There's 45 minutes to an hour for each meal. And basically the whole crew and the whole science crew have to eat within those windows. But we start out with breakfast at 7:15. Then we have a morning session, lunch, another work session, an afternoon session, dinner, and an evening session. And all of these sessions are going to be sort of different activities. So things like we do have a knot tying workshop. That's one of our first ones. We are going to be doing plankton sampling and microplastic sampling, so I'm pretty excited for that. This ship is currently equipped with some brand new state-of-the-art dredging equipment. So we are going to be doing a dredging test somewhere, not yet determined where, but we're looking forward to that. We are also doing gravity cores of Juan de Fuca sediments, and I am so excited for this because I've done a lot of research on basically how water flows through the Juan de Fuca ridge flank. So basically how water is flowing under the ocean. So I'm so excited. I've never been out here before, so I'm pretty stoked to get to take some samples from this place that I've been studying for so long. Another thing we can do, we can use CTD rosettes. So that stands for conductivity, temperature, and depth rosettes. That's actually the picture that I have on here, and those little gray cylinders are Niskin bottles. So essentially you can lower this into the ocean to a specified depth. You can manually or automatically open one Niskin bottle, and it kind of takes a snapshot of the water in that particular location. It seals back up, and then you might, move to a different depth and open a different bottle. So then when you pull the whole rosette back up, you have sort of different spots. You have different snapshots of water depth, conductivity, temperature, and then also the water samples if you wanted to sample for microbial life, if you wanted to sample for plankton, you get sort of little depth snapshots. We are also planning on doing a short-term research project, and we're not really sure what that is yet. I actually, for those of you that are familiar with some of my work I'm currently doing at Chabot, I did bring my CO2 monitor, so I am going to be sampling indoor air quality on the ship, which is not related to the ocean whatsoever, but it's kind of a side project that some of my students are working on in the sustainability workshop, so I'm kind of excited to see the results from that. But we are working on a research project short term just throughout this week, and we hopefully will be publishing it and sharing it with all of you later. So if you want to learn more, these are some links. I know you can't click on links in the video, but hopefully I'll put some links in the caption. But you can learn more about STEMSEAS. That's the STEMSEAS website. Within that website, there is a link to blog posts. So if you wanted to read updates about what we're doing, we will be posting blog posts. If you want to learn more about our research vessel, the Thompson, and a link to that bow cam, that is the link there. And then there's also a cool link where you can track where the Thompson is. So if you really want to know where I am, you can click on that link, see where the Thompson is, and that's actually where I am. So thank you all. I've had a lot of flexibility and support from everyone at Chabot, from everyone at Balanced Hydrologics, and I'm really excited to be a part of this STEMSEAS experience. And I'm so excited to share everything I've learned back to land once I return, and hopefully we can get more and more of you out at sea.